And then, instead of saying JWH, right, putting JWH, you put KWH. Kilowatts an hour. Ah, dear, he's a fucking David. All right, guys, how's it going? Let's get the daddy on there. How's it going, guys? You all right? Private joke, you had to be there. If you don't join the streams, it's your own stupid fault. Honestly, we have a great laugh on the streams, man. That was, of course, Adam Naylor. Great Liverpool YouTuber. I don't know if he'd want to call himself a YouTuber, actually. But he's the only other YouTube channel. Well, I don't watch my own videos, but he's the only YouTube channel to do Liverpool Football Club that I would recommend that you watch. And he's great. The rest of them are just, they're out there for, you know, I don't know what they're out there for, but Adam's got an out of gold. So go and subscribe to him. Adam Naylor, Naylor. And ask him in the comments, KWH, who's that? See what he says. He's a great kid, I like him. So, you may have seen suggestions that Jürgen Klopp could be on his way to Barcelona, okay? It could be on his way to Barcelona. There are a lot of reports, not suggesting that, but you could misunderstand the reports, I think. And obviously I'm in Spain, so I have access to, you know, a lot more media probably than most people, in another country relating to Spanish football and things like that. Obviously you've got the internet, and that's not, restrictive to anybody. But, I see the little news bulletins in the morning on TV and stuff like that. And, when they've been talking about the change, the forthcoming changes at Barcelona, they have been showing little, clips of Jürgen Klopp and stuff like that. And it's all over the papers. If you were to go on google.es and search Jürgen Klopp on the news, or whatever, you'd see all the media. They're all over it, basically. But I have read half a dozen of these articles. I've seen the news, and all they're saying really is Laporta, the president of Barcelona, would have Jürgen Klopp like that. He's the one target, the main man that he would like at Barcelona. Well, I'm sure a lot of football clubs would like him, and I'm sure it's true. But I don't believe for 1 minute that Jürgen Klopp has, secretly been planning this, and this is why there's been changes at Barcelona, or that, there's going to be changes at Barcelona. And I just think that, it's understandable for our fans to be subjected to a lot of this nonsense on social media. If you ever see any channels on here you recognise, please don't think that I follow them, because 99% of the stuff that appears here behind me is based on keywords, okay? I think one thing is maybe some accounts I follow, but the rest would be keywords. But, on social media, it's in their interest to get as much attention, for revenue purposes, whether they are a hack, because they want to drive as much traffic to the newspaper that they work for, or whether they're trying to promote, their own YouTube channel, or sell, shaving products for your nuts or whatever, if they're a so-called Twitter ITK or a fan that's doing, all this for the love of the club. They're going to try and, suggest that, that Barcelona are talking to Klopp, or he's, all this nonsense. I saw a man at a press conference and said, look, I'm fucking knackered. I personally think working for FSG has made a huge contribution to that. But I also think there's other things as well that have contributed to that. And then, if you then hear this intense speculation that he, could be going to Barcelona, if you don't read everything properly or have access to everything, maybe, as a Liverpool supporter, you're probably thinking, please tell me this isn't true. This isn't going to happen, is it? So I'm here to tell you that it's not going to happen. I mean, I'm not a Twitter ITK, right? But I just don't believe for 1 minute that there's anything in there. Now, can things change in football? Yes, they can. And I actually think Jürgen at Barcelona would be a very good appointment for them. It'd be a very good appointment for anybody. But I think, it's a huge club, for sure, as Rafa Benitez would say. But it's just the wrong time, isn't it? I could see Jürgen there in the future, for example. If you'd have said a year, 2 years down the line, Jürgen is the manager of, Barcelona, I think all of us would be like, well, yeah, it kind of makes sense. And to be honest with you, I'd like to see it. I'd shit myself in the Champions League. Jürgen will be back in football at some point, in my opinion. But I don't believe for 1 minute that this is all like some sort of big, ploy or something, that we don't know what's going on. I think there are things that have happened that we don't know about. I might be able to talk about that maybe in some videos. A video maybe I've been thinking about doing. But that would be for the channel supporters and channel members, VIP members, because I wouldn't want to talk about that publicly, really. I'm not naive. I know that anybody can access those things. But I wouldn't want it to be, like a big thing, like a big distraction or anything. So I think I'm going to do that today. I don't know if I'll have time, but I really need to speak to the VIP members first about that. So if you are on there, if you are a VIP member, I will be posting something on there for you today about that. If you're not, you can go in the video description, become a VIP member and support me. But it's not a ploy to get you to do that, all right? It's just, Anyway, so I do have a question for you, and that is, if Jürgen Klopp was appointed the manager of Barcelona in the summer, for example, how would you feel about Jürgen then? Would you be really disappointed? Would you think, hang on a minute, would you think that? Or would you be like, it's all right, he can do what he wants, he's done everything for us, it's, whatever. Under normal circumstances, I'd say that. I'd be like, yeah, do it, do what you want. But I would feel very disappointed. I'd be like, hang on a minute, what the fuck? I wouldn't, you would then think, hang on, this has been debated in the background. I'm not suggesting this at all, by the way. I'm trying to work out, when I was thinking about it earlier, I was like, I wonder how people would react to that. If it did happen, it's not going to happen, I don't think, but, I wonder how the fans would react to that. Would they go, hang on, Jürgen, you just told, would it change your mind in any way, shape or form? It's purely for debate purposes, guys. So the Spanish media, what I've seen today here in Spain is Jürgen Laporta would do anything to get Jürgen Klopp to oversee a new project there. There are suggestions they think that he could be persuaded into that, but I think that's just the pro-Barcelona media making out that, we're such a big club, we could persuade, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. And the only other bit that they've got on it, really, is, well, Jürgen owns an house, it's called a finca, actually, in Mallorca, so therefore he must love Spain, and he must want to come out here, They've got that. A finca is kind of like, imagine like a bungalow or a cottage, it's, they're called fincas out here. If you were to translate it on Google, I think it would say farm. Okay, so if you see that Jürgen's got a farm in Mallorca, I can assure you, well, yeah, maybe he has. Maybe he has. Fincas often do come with a lot of land. All right. So anyway, that's by the by. But that's one of the reasons that they're saying it could happen. And what was the other thing that they'd suggested? Because he wants to work in another country, so that will go in their favour. Barcelona, I would imagine, common sense, that they will reach out to his agent and say, look, yeah, you sure? I would imagine that kind of stuff would happen. So you might see suggestions that there's been talks and things, but, an agent can sit down with someone and out of courtesy, for future relations, could fly into Barcelona and sit down with Laporta. And if you saw a photograph or a video of it on this shite here, you'd be like, what's crazy? What? But he could just be going, look, this is the situation. He wants time off and, maybe in the future, this is, would be a possibility. So I wouldn't be too concerned if I heard things like that either, guys. All right. So the reason for the video, sometimes I get to my end of my video and at the end of the videos and I ask myself, the reason for the video is just to touch on the Klopp to Barcelona rumours and to offer some clarity as what's being said out here, which can be very different to what's portrayed back in the UK or online. To bring to your attention Jürgen's farm, which obviously means that he would go to Barcelona. But Laporta is like, you know, like, it doesn't say Laporta is just like a fan of or a big fan of Jürgen. It's like absolutely, in other words, for years, Laporta has been like Jürgen Klopp's the man. If he ever became available, we would want him. There is real emphasis on this. So it's not just that there's a vacancy appearing. Oh, so yeah, we'd really like Jürgen. It's like Laporta is like, that's my man that I've always kind of liked to have had here. All right. So I hope that explains things a little bit for you. I will be live on here at 3 o'clock this afternoon. If you would like to come along for a little natter, I'll be live for about an hour. I don't think it'll be too long. I don't know. You know, I might have to do something else later today around that time. So, but that's dependent on someone else. So they might come along and say, yeah, you know, I'm available now, so I'll have to go. So, but we might be here for hours. I don't know. So if you are thinking of, you know, if you've got a bit of time this afternoon, you want to come along for a natter about all of this, then please do come along at 3 o'clock this afternoon, UK time. I'd love to have a little natter with you. Please thumbs up the video if you appreciate the effort. Honestly, it really, you know, it's nice, you know what I mean? It's not the end of the world if you don't, but yeah, it's what the kids say, you know, hey, what's up, like my video and all that shit. Please drop me a comment. The comments are the most important things to me. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you hit that love heart and buy me a drink, it's fucking amazing. But the comments are very good, because when I'm, you know, doing my work, I check on the video, you know, every 15 minutes, every half an hour. When I get a little break, it's like a little cycle I do. And I like to see what you guys are saying. And you'll see that, you know, I do acknowledge every, you know, I'll like and hit the love out on your comments just to say, hey, I've read that, you know. Because I do appreciate the time that you guys put in, you know. And I know if you're driving around or busy, you haven't got time to type up replies. So, you know, thumbs up is another way of saying thanks. You know. All right, so please read the video description for various ways you can support me if you do enjoy my videos. Without your support, I couldn't be here. That's a fact, a Rafa fact, Rafa, for sure. And also for ways you can connect with me on social media. We do have a chat room that, you know, the people you see in the comments on here, you will see many of those people in the chat room. You can access it on any mobile device or web browser or tablet. And you can be on your phone and your tablet, your computer, wherever you can join. You know, you can switch from device to device. It's not like WhatsApp where you got to fuck around and all that. We use an app called Telegram for that. It's completely free. Nobody sees your mobile number. You can, you know, just register an alias if you don't want people to know who you are. If you're like one of them real paranoid people, all you need to do is on your web browser is go to T for Telegram, t.me/KopTalk chat. One word, obviously. It's a URL, right? So t.me/KopTalk chat. That will prompt you to download the application, I guess. It's a huge application. When I say huge application, I don't mean in size. I mean, like, it's a very well-known application. If you've never heard of it before, it's just a rival to WhatsApp. And I like it, you know. So t.me/KopTalk chat. Also t.me/KopTalk news will give you the news channel. And if you join, you know, I will approve, you know, your request to join. There are hundreds of people in there talking about Liverpool FC, all right? And it's good because, you know, when you're potting around, if you're fucking around on a train or bored senseless, you know, waiting somewhere, you can join in the chat and see what's being said. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll speak to you a bit.